No. You know how I feel about insurance, bro.
Yeah, I had a good. I had someone raise that with me. They were like, "Oh, listen, I was listening to the pod about the insurance thing," and they were like, "Why can't we just do that for all utilities?"
You have to remind me what we were talking about. Yeah,
What was that? What was
honestly,
that
as Prime Minister, everyone will just have to give me a 5-second reminder, and then I'm on track. You know what I mean? All right, what are we utilities? Here we go. All right, Tova, give it to me. Give it to me in bullet points.
Yeah. All right, Tova, remind me what my policy was.
100%.
No, remember how you were like, we should just make insurance a statewide thing?
All right, yeah. Because this thing, I shoot from the hip a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I like.
But I stand by all my points.
I get it. And so we all like pay into it, similar to ACC, but we make it for all insurance.
Yeah.
That was your take.
Yes.
Yeah, and so this person was like, why can't we just do that with all utilities as well?
Yeah, so that's
like, why do I pay a power bill, a water bill, an internet bill when these things are so like ingrained as necessities in society?
That's a problem because that's government overreach. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
At that point in time,
yeah,
it's government overreach.
Yeah,
government is overreaching.
Yeah, it's crossing the line. It's overreaching.
It's because we have competition with all these private providers for utilities,
okay.
So power, gas, etc. That's why it's as cheap as it is.
Okay,
you know what I mean? But like something like water should be government owned.
It is, right, too?
It is, yeah.
But then why do I pay a water bill then?
Well, you gotta
pay for it.
You gotta fund the department government department that runs it.
Right. So so that essentially is tax. Like when I pay the water bill, is essentially is tax.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but then so your point around fostering competition. Why can't we make the same argument for insurance?
What?
Why do we just need?
There is competition for insurance,
but with his model, where it's just state provided insurance, right? No more competition.
Yeah, but the problem with insurance is I think there's a moralistic point of view to that, where now insurance companies are going to be fighting for each other and create this version of insurance to benefit themselves and their shareholders, right?
Still the same applies to a certain degree to all these other utilities.
Yeah.
But they're heavily regulated, you know.
Are they?
Yeah.
And so does the government own power as well? Do they own?
Yeah, they do. They own the lines and networks and everything like that.
Also, all the infrastructure is government owned.
Yeah.
But
Transpower.
Yeah, and I'm familiar. North Power too, right?
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Right, come on. Be mature now, okay?
Well,
he's an ally, bro.
Solidarity.
Yeah, 100%. But these private companies do this servicing of they service it all.
Yeah. It's a super convoluted system. It's almost like the stock market, how they buy and sell power.
Yeah.
It really is like the stock market.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
But that's my thing is just let's just simplify it all, right?
I'm a big advocate of simplifying it all. You know what I mean?
Me too.
If you can't explain like I'm 5,
yeah,
I don't want to hear it.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too fucking much. Yeah. And we're having this other, we can keep this in or cut this out, but we're having this other discussion about refugees and stuff. And how much responsibility does a Western nation have to cater to refugees?
Who are you having this discussion with?
Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to blow up your spot.
Yeah.
Was it a white person?
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I hear this?
They're just as much as possible.
Okay.
Was their take.
And you're on the other side, eh? On the fence.
No, I just made the very mature counter argument of okay, well, where is the line of servicing your own vulnerable versus accepting vulnerable from other nations?
Yeah.
You know, so it's a balance that we have to find, right?
Yeah. New Zealand does have to pick up its weight though. Oh, pull its weight, whatever it's called. Whatever the terminology is.
We have to increase the number of refugees.
Yeah, we take a really, really small amount each year.
But we're a very small nation.
Yeah.
But is it relative to the rest of the world or relative to what we can take?
I think relative to the rest of the world, but that's a bit skewed because of the whole Syrian war and the refugee crisis. But we take in a really small amount. I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, and let's just leave it there. Nah, joking. Obviously, it's a joke.
So what was the actual question? What was the question posed?
The question I posed was just how much responsibility, which is quite broad of a question. How much responsibility does the Western world have, France, UK, Germany, New Zealand, Australia? How much responsibility do these countries have to these refugee, I guess, countries to accept their citizens?
Sorry, have you got it up?
Yeah, so I think we approximately take 1,500 a year, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit generous, but I know we had to take in like 1,500.
1,500 a year.
1,500, yeah.
Right, sounds about right to me. sounds like a good number to me, to be honest.
I don't know if that's a year. I feel like that's wrong, but yeah, it's just still a low number.
overall.
The current amount with our current intake, does that like sort of stretch us then in terms of resources? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge like financial investment to have.
No, obviously, like yes, that's the case. But like for us, with that current number, like if we go more than that, if we exceed that, are we screwed?
We're battling.
You know what I mean? Like, or was that not a?
Oh well, no, I don't look at the books, but I'm sure we can divert some funds from somewhere.
But
you know
also
what I mean?
these refugees. Well, yeah, this person was like, well, why don't we just reduce our defense spending? And I was like, number one, I don't think we spend that much on defense.
We don't, yeah.
And also, we still need a.
But also, like, if we lower our defense spending and something happens, we can become refugees
Correct.
and don't have to go elsewhere.
That's a great point.
You know,
Yeah.
That's a great point.
I don't think New Zealand spends a lot on its defense anyway.
Well, yeah, they were just like, well, why don't we just get rid of the defense?
I broke down the whole Cook Island saga with you guys, right? Where China just walked in.
Exactly.
And they're like, this is Taiwan 2.0 now. And we were just like, okay.
Yeah, we were like, oh, it sounds good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want, man.
and we didn't even roll over. We just like watched it happen.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. That's that.
Well, they took one look at that fucking ship that sunk, and they were like, "There's just no chance. There is no danger of any resistance."
Do you know what
here."
happens when we reduce our defense spending further? We just start sinking ships with no conflict, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Ticking along.
that's good.
Tickety boo.
Good week, bro.
Good week.
What was the sermon about this morning? Because you've just come from church,
Oh yeah.
which is why you're so well dressed. By the way, you look great.
Thanks, bro. He didn't get the dress memo.
Who? Marlon.
We just same. Just
Yeah. Why are you guys copying each other?
Yeah. I told Marta that when I saw him. I said his outfit was a smash.
Yeah, it really is. It's good.
I.e. isn't like I'd smash him.
Yeah. No, we got that.
Like
Yeah.
Hulk smash or
Oh mate, you know what I mean.
so you got something to say?
Nah, that was his whole input. That was his whole input on that chat.
He's been staring at his screen for the whole podcast.
I'm trying to look at the Oh, I have some feedback on that, by the way.
Okay, talk to me.
So people love the podcast,
of course,
and they've
knew
also
that
got
already.
one glaring issue
Oh, okay, here we go.
with the podcast.
When
And
we
they
ask for feedback at the end
Yeah.
of each episode, we don't actually mean it. Eh?
yeah. No, we do though. We
We've got
take
plenty of
we
feedback this
consider it.
week. Say that much.
Anyway, so one reoccurring piece. Sometimes I get like stopped on the street and people just go like, "Yo, you need to fix this."
Yeah.
It's so our viewers like watching an Ultra 4K, which we do provide them,
Yeah.
right? And then they say, "Oh, every time I'm watching you guys, I feel like I'm in the room having lunch, having a laugh with the lads." But then when Marty looks at his phone mid podcast,
Go on that.
they're like, "It just takes me
It
out."
takes me out of the moment.
Yeah, it feels like I'm just like going on a date with a girl who's not really that interested
Correct.
in me. Yeah,
Correct. And do you know what, listeners and viewers? We feel the exact same way, if not tenfold.
Yeah.
You know, because we're actually in the room with him.
Can
Yeah.
I speak my piece?
No.
Yeah.
You'll get your time, but let us tell what the people are saying.
And we want you guys to know that is not just an on-camera thing.
Yeah.
It happens off-camera. It happens all the time. We'll be having a conversation with it. We'll be mid-conversation, and the guy just picks up his phone like we're not even fucking there.
I know, and that's what I try to convey to them. I'm like, listen, it's not a you thing. Don't feel personally, because they all said I felt insulted.
Correct.
I feel insulted by his behavior.
I'm gonna interject here, and okay, I get that, but also what it actually is. So I don't know if you know the breakdown of how we go, but Miles is the driver, okay, and we have a run sheet every now and then that we have to follow,
Yeah.
and Miles never sticks to script, to a
Okay.
fault, and so I have to go into the docs and like see where we're at and what he's doing, and then so that's what that looks. I'm not disengaged.
So your pushback is that you're doing Marlon's
I'm trying to
job.
re-engage.
yeah,
Right.
I'm trying to really engage.
Yeah.
But I would say sometimes when Marlon takes us off script, sometimes it is a disaster.
Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it's disasters. I'm just trying to mitigate that.
But the ones where it works out, we get gold, man.
100%.
like
we
one
get
every
gold.
5. Very
Um,
like low.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other second point that they raised right immediately after telling about Marty's staring at his phone,
Yeah.
they're like, "How long's the run sheet?" Because Marty's just just doing this.
The bro's just scrolling.
Yeah,
What's going on?
yeah. So they're just like, oh, because I tell him he's looking at the topic list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't hate the guy.
But then they're like, and then sometimes we see him typing. So
Yeah.
like, what is he doing there?
And like having a little smirk on his thing,
Yeah.
like FaceTiming.
And then double tapping.
Yeah.
Like, what is he liking? Like, what's...
Speaking of topics, let's get into some.
Hey, bro, relax.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask what the sermon was about. Is it called a sermon?
Yeah.
What was the message this
Oh yeah,
morning?
you went to church. That's right.
Yeah. It was. I'll give you the title actually.
Okay.
It's something forward.
Yeah. See, now he's on his phone, but this is relevant stuff.
This was a request from John T.
It's called Run Towards It.
Run
Run towards it.
Yeah,
All
run
right.
towards it.
Run
What are we
straight.
running towards?
It's sort of, it was like just the general messaging was bit of like perseverance and actually like actively putting your best foot forward as
Yeah.
opposed to letting life happen.
Yeah.
Like if there's minor inconveniences or massive inconveniences, like take it head on.
Yeah. Nice.
And then how do they like wrap that into like biblical scripture?
There was multiple tangents, but he was asking for the general messaging, and essentially, just tackle things head first.
Yeah.
Because if you're waiting for the best opportunity or the perfect timing,
Never comes.
never comes.
Yeah.
So sort of like make it happen.
Yeah.
Head first, run it straight.
I love that.
That was just sort of paraphrasing for you, mate.
'Cause
Yeah.
you know what they say? God only helps those who help themselves.
For sure. I was asking Marty before the pod that is he always in the best mood of like the week right after his church visit?
Mm.
Like you must be like pretty inspired, ready to like.
I'm always in the best mood. That's the thing,
Well,
Yeah. Do they ever go into like tongues? Okay, you got to
Excuse me, what is that?
I went to evangelical church last year,
Okay.
and the pastor was like from Malaysia, and then he was just like, "Do you know what tongues is?"
Nah.
Well, they'll like speak in like the old language, and then
Okay.
like how they'll like in America they'll put their hand on someone's head and they'll be like,
Oh.
"Oh, shut up."
I hate to break it to you, Miles, but bro was just probably like speaking Malaysian.
He might have been.
Miles just being
I know,
racist.
but the thing is, people were like passing out because they were getting
Really?
like blessed with the Holy Spirit, which is all good, beautiful. You do what you want to do, and then he came to me, right?
Yeah.
I think I told you the story, have I not?
Maybe.
And then he's like, "All right," because now everyone's passing out.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do because I'm like, I'm feeling the Holy Spirit, but not in that way. I'm just gonna stand up straight.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, so like, he puts his hand on my head,
Yeah.
and he starts doing the whole tongues thing, and I can feel him kind of like trying to push me. right?
just
Because
like,
I'm like
yo.
ruining the service now because everyone's like, why is this guy not falling down?
100%. Stop making
Yeah.
me look dumb.
So then I had to like pretend to fall down.
No.
Yeah. Because I just felt so much peer pressure. It's just me being a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And I like slammed my head against one of the chairs.
And
Yeah.
so when you decided that you were going to commit to the fake fall,
Yeah.
were you like, well, fuck it, I'm going to do the best fake fall out
Yeah.
of all of these guys?
Yeah, because-
And really go Hollywood with
No,
it?
and this is like a true story. I'm not gonna lie. Like because he came from Malaysia, I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
He was like putting up Kobe numbers,
Yeah.
and he just got to me, and then I was just not budging.
What were you doing in a Malaysian joint?
I was just at a church that my mum goes to. Oh, she got invited to. She doesn't go to.
And they had a guest sermon.
Yeah,
I keep calling it a sermon. I don't know what that is. They
yeah,
had a guest speaker. essentially.
Yeah.
Your head all good? Concussions? CCE?
yeah. It was fine, but it was just like four of us lying on the ground, and they're like shaking and stuff.
So the guy is the main guy.
No,
priest?
the people who
Oh, the
got
people,
blessed.
right.
Yeah,
So when he's speaking in tongues and doing this whole thing, there's the message essentially that God is like he's possessed me type shit.
Yeah. They haven't possessed you, but you're like feeling the Holy Spirit, right?
Right.
And the problem is like they've taken a real like American evangelical black pastor approach.
Yeah.
But then they're Malaysian.
Yeah.
But then they try speak in American accents,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And it's just a disaster.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And was he in like a 3-piece suit and the rest of it?
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole works.
Dye, like hair dye, everything.
Yeah.
Like you could see the dye, like
Oh,
because he's sweating.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Would you ever want to become a pastor?
No.
Cool.
Not my calling, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Just not.
And you wouldn't want to give like a guest? Do you guys get like people from the audience like come to a verse?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No crowd work or anything.
No crowd work, bro.
Yeah. I was actually watching a video clip from your church the other day.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's good stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, what else we got, man?
So I just want to. This is a story that I think will hit the headlines pretty soon. It's pretty gnarly.
We're giving them an exclusive.
Yeah. Well, it's not. Well, it's on the Herald, but
Oh.
here's my exclusive for you boys.
Yeah, okay.
Especially because some of the boys here are actively dating on this couch. I won't say who.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just like a warning. You know what I mean? So this lady in the South Island was on Hinge, and then she was like matching with people, yada yada. She matched with this country boy, a farmer, and she's like, "Oh, cool! Like, all right, here's my match." Spent some time with him. Turns out, and then apparently he had a sinister past. Turns out he is a registered sex offender, and he's been charged or been convicted of like sexually assaulting underage girls.
Right.
How crazy is that?
That's wild, man.
Bro, you can't.
Not
You
good,
can't
man.
Why?
Those are the worst reactions.
No,
That's
I
not
just
good,
didn't know
man.
when to like interject. And
Yeah.
when, that is crazy.
Is that not a wild story?
Yeah, that's
Imagine
very
you're
wild,
dating
yeah.
someone and they just turned out to be a registered sex offender.
Ew.
That would be a huge red flag.
Be honest. If you were
That would
dating
be the
someone,
reddest of flags.
yeah, and they were a registered sex offender,
Yeah.
but date one went great.
It was a banger.
It was a banger.
Yeah.
Are you at least going on date 2?
I'd have to entertain it.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I'd have to entertain it. Because
Yeah.
what is sex offending?
Yeah, this is going to be a controversial take, but obviously sex offending.
No good.
No good.
It's no good. It's no good.
Yeah.
But obviously society, when a guy sex offends, society obviously looks at that way worse than
As
a
they
girl
should.
does.
Well, yeah, we all acknowledge that they should do that, though, right?
No, I think sex offending is just bad.
In
across the
general?
board.
Oh,
yeah,
Offending,
yeah.
offending is offending.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know,
If
the
you're
whole,
for, like, I'm just gonna stop there.
the power dynamic and stuff. Like, I
get
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
100%, yeah.
right? So now I'm just trying to find the equivalent of what a girl could do that would make you be like, that's huge red flag.
what crime she could commit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can think of several.
Here's the thing,
What kind of
because
dates do you think we're going on?
it's because yeah, both of you are pretty wild kids, especially Dante, and I feel like you would be like, listen, I have to take a lot for you to be like, all right. I feel like you could be dating a like Trump supporter, MAGA, I hate Indians girl.
Yeah,
And you'd
so
still, if she's a good laugh, you'd still be like, all right, date 2.
Especially given we've got so much in common.
You literally just described this dream girl
Yeah.
and expecting everything.
I don't know why you wanted me to push back on that. That would
Yeah.
be perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could. I mean, look, I'm willing to look past a fair bit if, like you said, she's great chat.
Like, what's it gonna take? Like a DUI or like?
Yeah, DUI is not cool, man.
It's not cool, no, but like, would you overlook it if she's great?
Wait,
Oh,
did she kill
DUI?
someone?
No,
with DUI?
no.
Oh,
no.
okay.
But you know, she's had 1 or 2.
Oh,
Like she's like her the merits are hanging on by a thread.
yeah. I'd be like, yo, what's that about?
Yeah.
Like, thoughts on an
Right.
Uber, maybe?
Is it an icky or is it a red flag?
It's an ick, but it's not enough to walk away. If
Yeah.
everything else is,
Address and fix. You know,
yeah. But if she killed someone,
different story. That's
different
yeah.
story. Like,
But
whilst
those
DUI
DUIs could have led to that.
Yes, no, that's what I
So
mean.
it's
Like,
like, yeah.
If that had come to fruition,
Full stop.
yeah, then it's like, come on, man.
Checkered flag.
Yeah.
Right.
Which, yeah.
Okay. What else? What else we talking?
I think murder is about the only one for me.
Yeah.
Or like stealing, probably not good. Hey,
Theft.
what do you guys reckon? Where's
Yeah.
your moral stick at?
Yeah.
Theft. I guess
Yeah.
it's depending on what she stole, and who's like if she's Peter Pan, like not.
No, you're
like
thinking of Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
If she's a fairy,
If she's Peter Pan,
Yeah,
it's
like she's
crazy,
Peter Pan.
man.
That's great too, you know.
Yeah.
Robin Hood steals from the rich, gives to the poor.
yeah.
Yeah. If it's like that sort of thing, I can get it. But also, if cut that out now.
What if she was like the receptionist at our old school and just stole from the kids?
Yeah.
That's disgusting behavior.
Right.
Yeah, because
Is there a part? So, if you do want to explain that story,
Yeah. So at our high school, we had this really grumpy bitch receptionist. With all due respect.
well, she was a finance lady, but go on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Damn.
But go on.
Putting it on the receptionist. My bad. yeah. Sorry. She actually worked at the accounts office, not the reception. And turns out a couple of years after we left school, it came out that she'd just been stealing from the students' fees that they were handing in, the cash
Yeah,
fees.
over multiple years.
Over several years.
And like throughout our entire tenure.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And then she like financed these expensive vacations to
Correct.
Europe,
Yeah.
expensive bags, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 400,000 plus
Yeah.
she stole
Yeah.
from us. Just, which is crazy.
Well, you never paid fees, so.
Bro, don't do that. And then she got done for it. And only got like 10 months in prison.
Yeah, I don't think she got any prison time.
Oh, does she not?
No.
And that's what's wrong with our society, Marlon. You're stealing from fucking children
Yeah.
and you're getting away with it.
Yeah.
That's not okay. Did you guys know that killing someone with your vehicle just doesn't get punished that much in this country?
Vehicular manslaughter?
Correct.
Yeah. Our laws are so bad.
Yeah. Did you
Right.
you guys saw the headline that I put in the chat this week about the girl that had her learners and she killed that tourist?
I saw what you but I didn't actually read it.
She got 3 months community detention and a $5,000 fine.
How can you justify that?
And she murdered a whole human being, bro.
Yeah.
How does she go about it though?
How did she go about what?
Killing the dude. Yeah.
Well, she was on her learners and he was hitchhiking and she killed him.
Okay. Like she was speeding and stuff.
I
what was
don't
it?
I'm not
All
sure.
right.
But, well, I don't know. I
There's
don't
a lot
really
of there's a lot of factors
Yeah.
into it.
What
Does
if,
it?
if you
Yeah.
accidentally kill someone?
Yeah.
You obviously didn't mean to kill them,
You
and
guys know how I feel, bro.
what? And so you would be fine with getting 10 years in jail?
I didn't accidentally kill anyone, though.
No, but let's say you did.
Yeah.
You're the biggest hypocrite, bro.
You get mad when you're speeding and the fine.
Yeah, but guess what I haven't done then, Martin? Is kill someone. If I killed someone, guys, you guys are taking this too lightly.
You would
if
be
I'm-
like, Your Honor, let me off.
If I'm just driving along and I kill someone with my car,
Yeah.
you think I should just get nothing?
If you, this is how it would go down. If you were driving and you accidentally killed someone, if the judge gave you a fine, you'd be pissed off.
Yeah, but
Yeah, obviously, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, I know how to fucking drive, obviously. Fucking Jesus. I didn't see him coming. He came out of nowhere, bro. Why are you crossing the road anyway? Fucking idiot. Use a pedestrian. No, but he was just, don't be killing people, bro.
Yeah,
You know, that pretty simple message from me.
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate behind that, bro.
Yeah, and so if you do, why aren't you an advocate of punishing them?
Yeah, but it was an accident, you know?
No such things as accidents, Marlon.
You sound like the president of was it Venezuela or was it
El
Yeah,
Salvador.
El Salvador.
bro. Sheik
Or the Philippines. Remember that
Philippines are
guy?
quite no.
Where he was just locking up. Oh, no, he was just killing all the gang members?
Yeah,
Oh,
Duterte.
Yeah,
As in like drive-bys, like government
Himself
drive-bys.
or like he like
What,
No,
does that
he
mean?
had hired guns, yeah. As in like gang members will be eating at restaurants.
yeah.
And then the government will come by, like
Just go-
gangsters, and then shoot. But like open fire, as in they'll kill civilians too. And he's just like, hey, all
That's
part of the
the
game.
Yeah, see, that I don't agree with. That's what I don't agree with.
It's the cost of peace.
It's like Martin going hunting, bro. Just
Spraying.
yeah. So be safe on Hinge is kind of the underlying message there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't know who you're meeting,
You really don't.
you know?
You really don't.
Yeah. So how far, because you guys obviously are in the game at the moment, how extensive is your background check? Are we talking FBI level or?
I would. Well, mine's minimal to none, really.
Right, I see. Because I know girls would probably have to do quite a strong background check.
On me specifically, or
No, well, yeah, hopefully. that's my advice to any ladies listening to this. But I assume, because it's interesting, I assume what happens is, before you guys go on your first dates, hypothetically, like that hasn't happened recently,
yeah.
I assume what's happening is your picture's being sent into the girls' group chat.
Yes.
They're immediately rating you. You know, they've been doing a background check, looking at your IG, your socials, your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You know?
This I have heard of, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
To validate that you're like legit.
Yeah.
Meeting at a public space.
Well, that's just that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you guys feel about that?
So I think that's totally fair on their behalf. If anything, I probably need to step my game up.
Yeah, I think minimal due diligence on our end.
I would say none for me
Yeah,
personally.
it's like, oh, we're doing this? Okay, sweet.
yeah.
Yeah. It's valid for them.
But do you give their IG a bit of a stalk before you meet them?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're not even going in just to see, okay, what are her interests? Does she like a particular song that she's put on her IG?
Who the fuck's
No.
putting
Like,
songs on?
if
You
you ask
can.
me, if you're asking
Oh,
me, are you asking me specifically?
Yeah.
No.
So you just go on cold.
just raw dog, bro.
Right, you don't
Yeah.
even like see her profile picture.
Yeah, I was like,
He doesn't even want her to know her name, bro. He's just like, hey, what's going on?
who am I getting? You know? No, I think like you want to, the element of surprise. You don't want to, because I think you run the risk of if you do your background check and you think you know the person before you know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Like
Right.
I there's people that follow me on Instagram and I follow back that we see each other in real life. You're not going to acknowledge each other.
Damn.
Why not?
No, like
Yeah.
it's like no, it's like
Just ask.
yeah, it's like not like that, not like in a rude way. Just like you wouldn't go out of your way to wave them down. But hey, we know each other, but we don't know each other.
Yeah, okay.
I find that weird. Like you know me, but you don't know me. So I don't want to know this person. Well, I don't want to think I know this person before meeting them.
Yeah.
But there probably is some like middle ground you can find.
Do you think you take it too far about not knowing them at all?
Like, what's too far? Like,
Like, well, I don't know. Like you were telling us just before that you don't even want to know how their name's pronounced.
oh yeah, okay.
Figure it out on the spot.
With this particular name, it was one of two ways.
And so you just okay. Can I ask whether you just went for it and said the one that you thought it was?
Yeah.
Okay, and you were right. It was spot on.
Yeah. But that was like a calculated take.
Given the
Given background, all that stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
And so okay, sorry. If it was 50-50, would you have gone? Hey, is it this or is it this? Would you have done that part? Or
Yeah.
would you still have gone for it?
probably. Or I just go in and get the wrong one.
Yeah.
And then it's a talking point.
She corrects you. And
Yeah.
it's like a whole thing.
Oh, explain that.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't really lose
Nah, you can't.
unless you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes do an IG stalk.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all the time.
All right.
You know? Just to kind of get the vibe.
On your date or just?
Yeah, specifically. So
right,
Just mid pod.
not just randoms. I'm like, oh, I'd like to. Yeah, this one looks alright. Yeah, every now and then, but I don't do it. It's not extensive, my background check.
Yeah.
Like, this person could be a fucking lunatic for all I know, and I just roll the dice every time.
Yeah.
This person could just got like 10 months or 3 months home detention.
Yeah, for killing someone.
Killing someone, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know, and it's well, exactly.
Yeah. If you were on a date and a girl said, "Can you sharp me $100? I'll get you back next week."
Rogue hypothetical from you.
What would you do?
What date am I on?
First date.
And
Wait.
last,
Yeah, first date. I'm not doing that. With all due respect.
Okay.
Number one.
But the date went great.
Wait, so am I giving her $100
yeah, like,
cash?
what, like, what's it for?
Yeah. She's just like, I need $100 for some reason. I don't know.
Okay,
But it's a convincing reason. You know what I mean?
Stay home. You know?
yeah. Why am I giving you $100
Work some
cash?
overtime. Instead of coming on this day, work some overtime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get your money up, girl.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a really compelling reason, and she's got to be really cute. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But like, why have you just asked me for $100? What a
Nah,
rogue.
because like realistically, if the roles were reversed, immediate ick for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's just like
immediate
broke
ick.
motherfucker. She's
Yeah.
straight in the
So,
group chat,
you
like
know.
whatever. I'm
Yeah.
just
I'd say no. Set some boundaries.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I guess what number date would it need?
He said first.
No, I know. Relax. What this guy? What number date would it be? Oh yeah, sure thing.
Maybe 3 years married, 2 kids down.
yeah. And even then, it's like, what is it
Even
for?
then, what are you doing? Like, you know?
Yeah, put in a business case for this.
100%.
What are you doing in that situation?
If I was on first date and a girl asked for me for $100,
Yeah,
nah,
I ain't got it.
because I don't have it. I'll be asking for $100.
I thought you were paying for that.
yeah. Interesting one from you.
Yeah, but with that, it's interesting how like it's like transplanted onto a girl. It's like very different. Like, because if she asked for $100, that wouldn't really give you the ick, right?
If she asked me for $100,
Yeah.
yeah, it would.
It would.
Well,
But
yeah,
it
I'd
wouldn't
be
stop
like,
you. But if you said no and she's like, alright, but what about date 2? You'd be like, yeah, okay.
I don't know that because that one is really rogue, bro. Like, why are you just asking me for money on
Yeah.
day one? Like, that's
Yeah.
kind of fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
So it would actually,
What if she's like, oh, I live super remote
okay.
and Uber doesn't get there. Ubers don't like taking me there. But
How'd you get there?
I need money for taxis.
How'd you get in?
She was just out about in Auckland City, bro.
Yeah, she got a friend to drop her off.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's
See?
a little bit different.
That's a plausible story, right?
Yeah, okay.
So you would slide her $100.
Oh yeah. I
Even
mean,
then, like, what?
I'll just be like, can I just call you an Uber or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she's like, no.
No,
No Uber.
there's too much involved. There's too much risk.
I'd still find it really strange because I'm like, why don't you just organize yourself some cash
Yeah.
to get home? You know?
Also,
Now-
you knew you knew coming to a first date.
Yeah.
You don't know me, so I don't like asking someone for money is a bit strange. Like in that situation,
Yeah.
you know your living situation.
Yeah, why was your plan to ask the stranger for money? Like now, not only are you weird, but you're also dumb. So we're definitely not going on a second date. You know?
Yeah.
That would be my thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Fair enough. Any topics we want to touch on?
Well, the thing was that was one I had.
That's good, bro.
Yeah. Thanks,
you
mate.
did well there.
Look what that spiraled into.
100%. Do we want to talk about the pensioner being robbed?
Oh, I want to go through some topics or whatever we want to pick.
Yeah. Well, okay. Did you have a chance to review that story that I put in the chat?
Probably not.
Okay, so there was this pensioner. Classic fucking Matty.
Busy man.
Yeah. There was a story.
Marty gets mad at us for not having topics, but when we do put ones in, he
Bro,
just never reads them.
Yeah. Fucking annoying, bro. There was
I'll pull them up actually.
there was a story about a pensioner who lives locally, actually, to us, who wanted to transfer all of his life savings from his UK bank account to his New Zealand bank account. So he's got, he banks with Barclays in the UK and he banks with Westpac in New Zealand. And it was like $250,000 that he wanted to transfer over. He accidentally put in the wrong bank account number for his Westpac account, and the money went into another person's bank account. He didn't look at it for weeks because he thought, oh, yeah, the money's probably in there. Went back and had a look and was like, oh fuck, this isn't a 6-figure bank account that I was wanting to look at. Calls Westpac. Westpac's like, oh, sorry, we can only get you back like $16,000 or $20,000, not your $200,000. He's now obviously really upset. But then they tell him that, I don't know if they tell him, but he finds out that the money's actually gone to a woman who's just cashed out this $200,000 and has just spent it up a storm, fucking got like 3 kids, sent money to her boyfriend, went on like holidays and shit like that. And I don't want to say the race of the individual that this money went to, but it's definitely related to someone on this couch. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to say that that's got anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But it does, you know?
Yeah.
You think there's a direct correlation? Is it?
I didn't say those words.
Right,
I didn't say those words.
Yeah.
You know, but my thing is like, why do your people just steal? I'm joking. But you know, like, what a crazy thing to do from this woman to just see $200,000 in her bank account, knowing it's not hers, well and truly,
Yeah.
and just gone, fuck it, I'm going to spend up a storm.
Yeah. Okay.
What would you do?
Well, I'd like to think I'd contact the bank, but like, hey, something's off here.
Yeah.
But if you were to come across that, like,
To be fair, it is not your fault. You did nothing
yeah,
wrong.
you're none the wiser.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
How much money would it?
Well, this has happened before. I don't know if it was in New Zealand or Australia, but the bank accidentally transferred them like this couple an obscene amount of money,
Yeah.
like millions,
Yeah.
and they just fled the country, went to Thailand.
And did the
Yeah.
bank get the money back?
Well, I think they were able to recover some of it, but not all.
Damn.
what's the legal behind it? Like,
Well, it is illegal, yeah.
no, I'm saying like, yeah. No, like what
The legal behind it is that
what
it's
is-
illegal.
yeah, like what is?
Is it considered bank fraud?
Yeah, it would be. Or what's considered bank
To
fraud?
not give the money back?
This is a weird one
Because
because I don't know. I don't think
it's not the person's fault,
Yeah,
right?
The
But
recipient's
the
fault.
recipient's
Yeah.
fault. So like, what's the law around it?
I think like morally, yeah, obviously it's wrong, but I
Am
don't
I
know.
legally obligated to tell my bank that I've received this money that's not mine?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's
Oh.
like a specific law dealing with this scenario.
So then
I've
forget about
changed
it.
my whole mind. Yeah.
Forget about that.
Yeah.
If it's not illegal,
Yeah.
very unfortunate. I get it,
Yeah,
but
it is. It's like technically theft, but it's like hard. to prove.
how is it theft?
Because
You've
she
done
hasn't stolen.
You've
Yeah.
done no thieving.
It's like this legal concept called unjust enrichment. It's like all over
Unjust
the place.
enrichment.
Yeah.
So and it's that. So that's the frig was that that holds up in court.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's like a legal concept that's being debated right now.
So look, is there a difference between accidentally getting $20 and getting $10 million, like legally?
Is there a threshold?
So that you
I
know,
love that we quiz Marlon on all things.
Yeah, as
all
I'm
things
like,
the law.
oh, you're a lawyer, so
Yeah, you should
I
know
love-
this stuff, bro. Come
Love
on.
it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's like technically theft, but like
how was it technically?
because it's
theft?
unjust enrichment, bro.
Yeah.
But
You
how?
listen and,
How?
it's because you're getting someone else's property, right?
and you're not returning it.
They gave it to you.
yeah,
Well, they
but
didn't- no, not without their consent.
You received it without consent as
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
well. So
But like that particular scenario is not. There's no like law around it. If that makes.
Right.
That's why it's so hard to get it back.
So in this case, this girl didn't actually give it back. But he so thankfully he got his money back from his English bank. But
Yeah.
she just went off. She made off with the money.
Yeah, and there's just no justice at the end of the day. You know what I
No,
mean?
but could you imagine if the English bank didn't decide to give him his money back
Yeah.
and to poor bloke?
Shout out to the English, eh?
Shout out to the English. Well, in this case,
Well,
Yeah.
they've taken a lot, so it's about time they give back.
They give
you know?
back. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
Westpac,
they gave you life, bro.
grow a spine.
Right.
You know what I mean? They made $1 billion of profit last year.
Is that all?
Well,
That's a lot of money. But
That's a lot of money,
I
yeah.
assume banks are greedy.
Yeah, you're right.
exactly. Yeah.
So I thought it'd been more.
But you can't fucking cut a check for 200 grand for my bro who's on the pension and battling, living in Melrose School.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's hard out here.
It's hard out here in the central fringe suburb of Mount Ross School.
I know. But how crazy is that? It's just one digit. You're one digit away from
Yeah.
and imagine how frustrating that is.
Oh, mate, you can imagine me.
So
Yeah.
there aren't any safety precautions for that.
Clearly not.
Clearly
Yeah.
not, man. What the
Like,
fuck?
in general, or just with Westpac?
I think in general, because I
Yeah.
think this can happen even if because if people bank with ASB,
Yeah.
if I transfer you money and accident get a couple digits wrong, it's a wrap.
It's got to be a better system, hey?
Money's
Yeah.
just in the ether.
No,
it's
money's just in someone else's account.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's wrong completely, like if it's a non-existent account.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't go anywhere.
Or just bounce back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unjust enrichment. That's what these fucking billionaires are doing, bro.
Yeah.
They're getting rich unjustly.
Yes.
That's what they should be fucking called.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a whole nother chat, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad he got his money back.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
You know what I mean? Because as someone that's like suffered from theft,
Who?
Marty. In that moment, you lost 150 grand. I think I'm turning into Liam Neeson,
100%.
to get that money back.
I'm getting.
And I literally did.
You did, yeah.
Well, it
Marty
almost
did
cost
too.
me my life.
Yeah, so that's true.
Yeah, true. Should he have gone after this person?
I would have, yeah. I often think about this scenario.
Okay.
I'm thinking about what level of crime will it take for me to enact vengeance?
Yeah, commit a countercrime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a counter crime, vengeance.
Vengeance.
Because I'm not taking this out on an innocent person.
It is just.
Yeah,
it is
but-
just.
I know, but okay. So if you go after them, though, it is considered a crime.
It's not. No,
It's vengeance.
no, it's not. It's vengeance.
It's vengeance.
Yeah. No, I look. I'm with you, Marlon.
Yeah,
But by society's rules,
yeah.
it's considered a crime. No,
Where does society's rules stem from?
the Bible.
And what does it say in the Bible? You picking up what I'm dropping down?
Yeah, man.
An eye for an eye.
Yeah. that's
I'm
right.
taking more than an eye.
But doesn't the rest of that quote go? It makes the whole world blind.
That's fine. I live with that.
If I can't see, you can't see either.
No, for real. If I reckon if something happened to a level,
Yeah.
I'm enacting vengeance. I don't care.
Shouldn't we? Okay. Shouldn't we change the laws then? Like, you should be allowed to do that.
Well,
No.
I reckon. No. I reckon in limited circumstances, yeah.
But it's slippery slope. You know,
What do you mean?
It becomes grey.
Nah, mate. Because that
It's
slip and slide.
It's never black and white, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Nah,
vengeance
I
will
think
be
it's black
served.
and white.
Yeah.
I reckon if some dude, God forbid, like murders a child of mine
Yeah.
in
Should we
cold
have a murder?
blood, yeah,
I think that's fair.
I
Can
wouldn't
you pay attention
It
to this
wouldn't have,
podcast?
no, I'm saying, it wouldn't have to go. It wouldn't even have to go that far. You lay hands on my child.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even
Yeah.
like someone for background, someone stole Marty's equipment like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
What should he be allowed to do? Kill them?
well, that's a bit extreme.
Oh, okay.
All
Sorry,
right, I'm not that like I'm not that blind, but
Okay.
I reckon we get the gear back at least.
With that, okay, now you're just talking about regular laws. I'm talking about vengeance laws.
No, because the law didn't protect him.
The law didn't protect me at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But theoretically the law should be able to get your stuff back.
Theoretically, yeah.
But it's not happening.
It's not.
Yeah, but say if he took it upon himself, that is now a crime as well, right? A counter crime.
Yeah.
How's it? You have property of mine, and I am going to take it back from you.
Yeah, well, I'm saying yes. In theory, I agree, and we should change the laws to protect that.
Yeah.
But the way it currently sits is that'll be a crime.
You don't own it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if I go over and I threaten them and I break and enter or I
Yeah.
hurt them, all of
Yeah.
those are considered crimes.
Because the intent is I'm getting back my property.
My intent is
You know what
my
I mean?
intent isn't to harm you.
Brother,
Article
But whilst-
7.
Whilst getting my stuff back,
Yes.
Yeah.
if we engage in something
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you get harmed,
Yeah.
that's on you. Your intent was to hurt me.
I agree.
My intent was retrieval.
So now if I was in charge of the laws, I would go, okay, now that's like what is it called? Like
Vengeance.
Just vengeance.
that is vengeance, but also like now that's a free for all. That's a lawless, like I'm taking the laws out of that. I'm going, that's a protected area. He can do that if he wants.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the way it currently stands is that he can't.
Well, yeah, and that's how.
'Cause
That's
look,
what we're saying.
the law doesn't protect us. Like that lady who killed that man,
Yeah.
3 months, and you're not happy about it.
I'm not happy about it. And so if I'm that guy's
If you're his family, what are you gonna do?
killer.
So vengeance, or
Yeah, vengeance. But I think they should be allowed to do that.
Okay, well, that's going a bit too far.
You just said the same thing with your kid.
No, because that's in cold blood. Do you know what I mean?
What has she just done?
I don't think she got up in the morning. She's like, I'm going to kill someone.
Marlon, what did I say to you before?
No, do you know why? So I was listening to a true crime podcast on the way, irrelevant information. I like call myself. Yeah. I was so there was this Indian kid, right, who's infatuated with this white girl. Right? This happened in Auckland.
Aren't we
okay?
all? Aren't we all, man?
Right, this happened in Auckland, right? And wait, hold on, let me explain the story. And then
story.
right, and then he started hearing voices. This is what he said. He started hearing voices, invited her over because they were friends. He was bullied at school, and she was his only friend.
Yeah, slow down, Marlon.
Oh, sorry.
Slow down, buddy.
He said he had a knife when she walked in, and he said, "I'm going to rape you, and then kill you." Okay, and then she was just like fighting, and then he said he had like a come to Jesus moment. He like got his senses again, and he said he let her go. They went to court, yada yada. He got charged, and then like went to jail for like a year or something. Then got released, and they live like streets away from each other. And then the judge on bail said, "Oh, like he'll be monitored, but he's not a threat to society." And then the parents were like, "He is. He lives a couple streets away. He said he wants to kill our daughter. He's going to do it." And then a couple months later, he broke into the family home and murdered the girl in front of the mum.
Jeez.
And what he did is, he didn't run. He just stood next to the body. And the mum's there, didn't attack the mum. He just wanted the girl. And then he just waited for the police.
Damn.
Right? So the mum's on the phone, like, saying, like, "Oh my God, my daughter's being stabbed. She's dying. And the person's right here. I knew it was him. Now, if I was the mum in that scenario,
you should be able to enact
Just
justice.
enact
Yeah.
vengeance.
Yeah, vengeance.
yeah.
So then what was the point of that? Like,
No. But that's where I'm coming from. Like in circumstances like that.
Nah, I think it's all circumstances. Anytime someone dies at the hands of another person,
Yeah.
we should be able to do one for one.
So you're going eye for an eye
In cold blood, yeah.
in cold blood.
Whereas I'm going in all blood.
Yeah, this guy's going all blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's terrible. And so you said that was a New Zealand story?
Yeah.
And our justice system has let that poor girl down there.
Yes,
100%.
it did. It was a direct failing of the court that led to her murder.
Yeah.
And nothing changed. No legislation changed.
And in fact, because the family was so afraid of that dude, especially I gotta find the dude's name. They were moving to Australia, and they were moving the next week.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. They were so scared. They're like, "All right, we're gonna move our entire life to Australia."
So we can't be having that, man.
Yeah, if I was them, I would want to get rid of New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because, you were failed by
Yeah.
this country. Like, ultimately, when you think about it like that.
Yeah.
That's horrible, man.
Sorry. Pretty somber note.
That's
Pretty crazy story,
that
but
is a crazy story, bro.
that was just me highlighting an example of vengeance.
And how do we go about changing laws or getting changes made? Because we have some shockers in this country.
We got to lobby, bro. We got to be like the Jews. They're onto something.
Oh, dog.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, okay.
I never said it in a negative connotation, bro. It's a good thing.
Yeah, okay, fair. Okay.
They are looking for the interests of their people.
Yeah.
And people always look at it as a bad thing, and it is. Someone's got to clip this up as a soundbite and make me pro-Jew. But
It's not a bad thing, by the way. It's not
Are
a
you
bad
not
thing.
pro? Like, what are you?
It's not bad.
bro, I'm pro peace and freedom.
Thank you.
Okay,
Right.
but they've got a super PAC for their people,
Yeah.
and then we have to have a super PAC for justice.
Yeah, I was going to say, our
Why
super
can't-
PAC should just be for all people, right?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
can't we have a super PAC for mankind? Womankind.
We're
people?
trying. That's what
I
we're
don't-
trying to do.
Are we trying though?
Well, no, we're not.
Yeah.
But
It's
by-
very them and us.
Who?
Society. Them or us.
And
For
who's
the-
the them and
for
who's
the
the
most
us?
part.
Who's the them?
Just whoever's not like you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
fear
right.
mongering.
Yeah.
We all bleed the same blood.
But genuinely, how do we change laws in this country?
You've got to lobby them. Yeah, you've got to lobby the government.
Politicians.
Yeah, either become the government or lobby the government.
And we don't have, like, anti-crime lobbyists?
Yeah, I think we do.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We don't have anti-murder lobbyists? Like, well,
What's
that's a
it?
pretty
What's
simple
it?
question.
I feel like everyone's an
I think
anti-murder
everyone's
lobbyist, bro.
Anti-murder. I don't think you have to lobby that.
I don't think that's like a hot button issue, bro.
It's like
I
the
feel like everyone's pretty
punishment.
anti-murder.
punishment.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean, though. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not what you said.
if I'm an anti-murder lobbyist and I'm lobbying the government, then cases like that girl wouldn't happen.
Yeah, yeah,
But I suppose what
Yeah.
does that get me though as a lobbyist?
yeah. Here's the thing. Here's a hot take from me, though.
Justice?
Yeah, it is. Here's a hot.
Justice doesn't pay the bills,
Yeah.
brother.
Here's a hot take from me, though. I don't believe in the death penalty. How crazy is that?
What? Wait, what do you mean the death penalty?
Like, I don't think we
don't-
should enact a death penalty.
With
Yeah, I agree with
Okay,
with-
nice. Yeah, there you go.
With that process,
What do you mean the process?
like the actual death, like the
Like the actual
The
death
methods.
penalty as it is. I don't think we should have.
Because you think we get it wrong.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's fair. But then I also just said that we should just kill everyone that kills people.
I
So, but you know what I mean though, like where you believe in life sentences, obviously.
Yeah, to an extent.
well, it's the same. It's the same thing. You can get both wrong.
Yeah,
So
No, but life
If-
sentences gives them a chance to be acquitted.
yeah. This is no, that's not true.
like just,
Yeah, well, can't you like relook at a case? You know, what about all the stories of like, oh, this person spent 24 years in jail wrongly?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yep,
So, but then with death, you can't do that.
yeah.
I think maybe once you go past like 3 retrials,
It's over.
surely, right?
no, because
I don't know,
oftentimes
bro.
they lose the
They
retrials
fuck
a
it
lot.
up.
Yeah,
But I'm with you on the death penalty take.
yeah.
But what about like our taxes and stuff?
What do you mean our taxes?
Like we pay for these prisoners and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't agree with the death penalty because they don't fully suffer.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that moment before they die is
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
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 But prolong that.
Yeah. Okay.
But then also don't like service a lifestyle. Like
But it's your tax going to making sure that they stay alive for the rest of their lives.
yeah. But
you okay with that?
Tax goes to all sorts of things I don't agree with.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah.
So
So you're okay with your taxes going to keeping these prisoners?
Listen, I'm a bit of a wild kid. If I read the Bible, they would be like, this is fucking nonsense. Because I'm picking up principles that just like don't even make sense. Because the thing is, as much as I believe in vengeance, I also believe in remorse and mercy.
you
know why?
You're just
'Cause
a
I-
giant hypocrite.
You know why? Because I really do. Because I feel like if someone killed someone
Yeah.
and then like they went to jail and then they're like, listen, I really fucked up.
My bad and shit.
Yeah. Right? I think part of me is like, okay, like, you know, like let me have a chat to you. Like, do you know when who was the Pope before RAP?
Francis.
Yeah.
Benedict.
Yeah. No. Who was oh yeah, and then he abdicated or something, right?
Yeah.
Who was the one before him?
Unsure, bro.
John Paul II, bro, all right?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, my bad.
You failed the pop quiz.
John the Paul II.
Sean the Paul II, right?
Yeah.
And Sean the Paul II was a wild kid, but he kept getting shot and, nearly stabbed and shit.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they had to have him bulletproof grass.
bulletproof grass.
Yeah. Grass and
Yeah,
glass.
glass.
All right. Anyway, so the dude that tried to kill him, I think shot
Was
him
one
too.
guy multiple times? Or was it just one attempt?
No, there was multiple attempts, but one was nearly successful. Trump
Okay.
vibes.
Yeah.
He went to prison to meet his assassin,
Yeah.
and he said, "I forgive you."
Yeah, but what's okay?
But I like that.
Yeah, but he's only doing that because he's not dead.
Oh, sorry, other way around. If the assassin was remorseful, it's like, yo, came to my senses, my bad for shooting you.
Yeah,
Listen to the propaganda. I really am not a cold-blooded killer.
yeah.
I think part of me is like, you can come back to society.
What if he's pulled the fleece over your pulled the wool over your eyes?
Yeah. What if he's pulled the fleece over your eyes?
Pulled the wool.
which garment is it? That's what I mean. I'll have to believe you. You know, you'll have to be really convincing.
So ultimately,
to me.
you get to
Yeah,
dictate
he gets
whether
to
you
No,
choose.
I-
You choose his fate regardless.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's the person they committed the wrong against.
What do you mean? Whether it was a good person or a bad person?
No, if someone
Oh, they get to
stabbed
decide.
me,
But when it
then
comes-
I get to decide. If someone stabbed you,
But
then
when it
you
comes
get
to
decide.
What if
murder,
I'm dead, brother?
when it comes to murder,
Yeah.
this person doesn't get the chance to do it.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Let me just let me think about where I'm going, because I like standing behind what I say.
They're next of kin.
Then it's next to kin, and then if the next of kin is not available, then it's me.
So you get to
Because I feel like I'm a good judge of character.
you get to adjudicate all crimes.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a good judge of character.
Yeah, you are, but you're also soft.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because you'll just say you'll let these motherfuckers
Because
out.
you're very
Not immediately.
contradiction of doom. So,
Nah.
like, yeah, you'll wake up in the morning want to kill someone
Yeah.
justfully, vengeance. In the afternoon, no, actually, I forgive this person.
Yeah, let him out.
So it's like,
Yeah,
well,
but why?
and that's just human nature.
Yeah.
You know, we go through ebbs and flows.
Why live the rest of your life, you know, with hate in your heart, you know?
I don't hate them.
I fully understand that.
Yeah.
But can you truly harness that, like forgiveness?
I think I can. Bro. I believe in myself.
Why are we letting our criminals? I'm so confused.
We're not. It's the remorseful ones, bro.
Excuse me, are they still criminals or not?
Do you feel like people can change?
Answer the question. Are they still criminals or not?
They are criminals.
I'm all for reform. We
Yeah.
just don't have a system set up for reform,
Yeah.
and most systems aren't.
But this is the system I'm advocating for, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So you
Eye for an
think
eye.
if you could just show them a better way?
No, not show them better fate. They have to come to that on
Themselves,
their own.
yeah.
I'm not trying to help them.
If
Yeah,
they
but-
show remorse and lie to Miles, he'll let them out.
Imagine some dude, he like, you know what he's been through in his life. He's like forced to join a gang. As part of that, he had to kill someone, and he did. But he's like, man, that's not me.
Yeah, then let me look at that. Let me look at that.
That's the worst. That's the examples I'm talking about.
Let me look at it. Let me look, you know.
He's like, hey, bro,
Give me the full background.
I've really changed my life. I'm a God-fearing man now. I just want to get on with my life.
Yeah, but you got to understand that this person didn't give that individual the opportunity at life.
Yeah,
That's
see?
a huge deal.
So you're
Miles.
not an advocate of do the crime, do the time
No, I'm a big advocate of do the crime, do the time.
until
until I'm ready to forgive you, and then you can get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how it works, bro.
Yeah. I know. See, I've got to think about this a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I reckon my hot takes at the start, I reckon I'm standing by it.
Which ones was that?
Which is like vengeance, eye for an eye.
yeah.
But then, like, if the person hasn't died, it's up to them to decide whether to forgive or not.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
The moment it gets a bit complicated is
slippery
when they've
slope.
killed someone.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit
Who's to
complicated.
decide
Right,
whether this
right.
person gets out or not?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
usually there's not a black and white answer to everything. You know what I mean?
Not a
What if you've turned someone into a vegetative state? What's happening then?
Yeah. Then who's making? Well, that's yeah.
Yeah. This is a tough one. Yeah.
Or that they I was gonna say Tony Hawk's it. What's the
Michael Schumacher. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
what's his name?
Michael Schumacher.
No, the genius guy.
Stephen
Hawking.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Tony
Well, he
Hawk.
can talk actually.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you can still he's come to.
Yeah.
He's like in a state where he can communicate.
Yeah, he'll be like,
But-
no, let him loose. I forgive him.
It's like, do you forgive me? Computer says no.
How can he talk through that thing, bro? It's pretty like magical, eh? Like that is magic to me. The fact that
What's
he can
his?
just
Science is magical to you, bro?
What's? I don't,
if
I'm
it's
not.
good enough, it's magic, bro.
I'm not like fully like clued up on Tony Hawk. What's his?
Tony Hawk.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
Tony
Yeah.
Hawking. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawk.
Stephen Hawking, yeah.
He's a genius.
Correct.
His his talking thing is it the neurological pathway thing, or is it the voice box? Or
Yeah,
is it
explain this to us, man.
or is it the computer screen?
No.
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I think later in life became like a neurological thing, but I think he used to type it out.
Really?
Yeah.
And so then eventually he could just think something and it'll say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's great. Hey?
Do you know
I
Stephen
don't know if
Hawking
he's.
wasn't?
I don't know his one is.
He was normal when he was born, right?
Oh, was he?
So he
So,
he-
so was Jobs, you know.
I don't know much about the guy.
yeah.
I don't know much
So
about the guy.
I think he had like motor neuron disease.
Sure.
So when he'd made all his discoveries and everything like that,
Yeah.
he was just like a normal person.
Because I'll be
so
honest.
he didn't make it as
No,
Tony Hawk.
he
So,
didn't. No,
dead ass. I thought he did.
No,
that
so
was
he
super impressive anyway, bro. I mean, impressive regardless.
yeah
But imagine doing it in that
yeah.
state.
No, when he went to like
What's
Oxford,
our excuse, you know?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
When he
bro.
went to Oxford and he was a professor and everything, he was just like a normal person.
oh, I thought he like rocked up like Professor X.
Me too, brother. That's
Nah,
what
he
I thought.
developed into Professor X.
Ah,
Yeah.
This whole time I thought he was just like, okay, E equals MC. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was
Yeah.
doing
I
it
thought
through
he was
the computer.
Professor X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what's
okay.
crazy? Like, he would he'd pull bitches too.
Okay, shout out to him.
Oh,
Both-
he's Epstein's boy, eh?
Yeah, like after the whole motor neuron vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
He was pulling him in the chair?
Yeah.
Let's go, my guy. What's our excuse?
What's the like connection when you like it's just purely intellectual? What kind of sexual are you? Your demis, your
Oh,
What are you talking about?
wait, pansexual?
pansexual. Well, the intellectual one, like you're
Yeah,
attracted to the
pansexual
intellect.
is not that at all, but
Oh.
yeah, go on.
The version of that. What's
Okay.
the intellect? You're sexually attracted to intellect.
Okay, let's just say that. Yeah, let's say
No,
there's a
it's
term for it.
intersexual.
Okay.
Intersexual. Intellectual.
Aren't you like intellectual?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Why are you acting like that's not a thing, bro?
I'm searching it up now.
It is a thing. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
That's not asexual, is it?
No, I think
Oh, sapiosexual.
sapiosexual. Yeah.
Who wants to do a
What if on a
fucking
first date, like, you come across someone who's just like who is like that's their thing, right?
idiot? Fuck, should love me then. Smart ass boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's where are we going with this?
No, I'm asking a question. Like, what's like a what sort of sexual would you be like? Ah, no, I can't hack this.
Well, not definitely asexual, obviously, right?
So that's what's the they sexual with themselves? What's that called?
It's A, I think.
I'm pretty sure that's asexual. Yeah.
Asexual.
Yeah.
What are sexuals, eh?
Yeah, but
No, Stephen Hawking. Yeah, you should watch The Theory of Everything. It's a great film.
is that about him?
Yes. Yeah.
I was curious about that.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No. Eddie Redmayne or whatever its name is. Yeah.
Eddie Redmayne.
But that film is more about the romance with his wife while he does the stuff with his life. It's actually more of an ode to her.
and he's okay, and he's no longer alive. Stephen Hawking.
No, he's dead. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How many Stephen Hawkings do you reckon it'll take to defeat one gorilla?
How fast is his chair?
Yeah,
And how fast can he compute what to do?
I know.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, though. Yeah, old mate would come up with a good strategy.
he definitely would,
You know.
and maybe he'll make friends with the thing. The
Yeah.
gorilla, obviously.
The gorilla.
Yeah.
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 Yep. Yeah.
You
It's a
know?
good shout. I don't
Don't
know.
kill me. We can be friends. I don't
Yeah.
know why I keep typing.
Yeah. I feel like I could reason with a gorilla. No, do you know why?
Why?
Why? Tell me why, bro.
Because you think you're a good judge of character.
No,
eh?
no, 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 no.
I know you,
Yeah,
man.
no, trust me, you
trust
don't
No,
wanna do this.
no, I think I can pick up languages quite fast, and also, I
just
no,
wanna-
you know, no. Here's proof of this. I had to illegally stream, Planet of the Apes, a couple of years
That's
ago.
your native language.
Right? Yeah, there it is. No. But then I didn't realize that it required subtitles until maybe like 30, 40 minutes
Does
of the
it?
movie.
I don't know that either.
How when the apes talk to each other,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to figure that out?
I mean, I had to break it to you.
Do you know what I mean?
That's your
but
first
I
language.
was getting it. I was understanding where the story
No,
was
you fucking
going.
weren't.
Yeah, bro.
That says more.
It was
about,
just like-
you know.
Caesar.
And Miles like, I feel that. I feel that.
Hey,
'Cause
you, Caesar.
It's because Caesar was the only one that could kind of talk English.
Oh, okay.
But then yeah,
But he
everyone
talks like
else.
a deaf person.
No, he
Yeah,
just
no,
grunts,
I would-
grunts
yeah.
and just
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he
okay.
could say a couple words.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
But
rest
I
of
was
them-
getting it.
the
I
rest
was
of them
following.
just talking ape. But,
Yeah.
but the movie actually has subtitles to let you know.
Yeah.
I think that kind of defeats the movie for me.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well-
It's like watching a foreign film because they're speaking ape language.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How much?
But I was getting it. I was like 40 minutes.
All
into
I'm
the
hearing
film.
is that you speak ape language.
Yeah.
So
I reckon that's a cool thing, bro.
So then you.
Can you speak ape language?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I reckon I could. That's a problem with everyone. Just wants to fight and they want violence.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I reckon I'd reason with the gorilla.
The real question is how many men does it take to reason with the gorilla to get out of there alive?
100%.
Not defeat.
Do you
We
know-
don't want to defeat?
Do you know like the Jubilee thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How it's like a
20 versus 1.
20 versus 1 debate. I reckon we do that with the gorilla instead.
Yeah, exactly.
I reckon we do that with the gorilla versus how many men would it take to defeat a gorilla.
And, yeah, see what his argument is.
Yeah. Because you know, do you remember that famous gorilla called Coco?
Yes.
The one that
That
could
was
do
a chimp, I think.
sign language? No, it was a gorilla.
Okay.
The one that could do sign language and like
Yeah.
spoke to Robin Williams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not sure. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, see if we get into sign language territory, now I'm alive. Now I can just sign that.
Yeah.
That way.
You can communicate. Yeah.
I'll be like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorillas, eh?
Shout out to gorillas, man.
Yeah. What if Marty and the gorilla teamed up? How many men you reckon
Oh,
would
bro, you
take?
need 1,000 bloody men.
So what? It's two gorillas with 100 men now?
Yeah, you can't just add a whole nother gorilla
Yeah,
in
you
there,
can't
bro.
just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, make it fair, dog.
yeah, bro. Can't have a silverback and a bareback, bro. It's just like, you know. That's not fair. No amount of men,
Silverback and a bareback.
no amount of men can take us on, bro.
100%. Especially the bareback, bro.
Bro,
You
it's
know my one thing with the gorillas
yeah.
is they bite.
Thanks, bro.
They bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like proper teeth.
Yeah.
If they didn't have that element of like in their arsenal,
You'd back yourself a little more.
yeah.
But you got to understand, they can only bite one at a time.
No, I'm saying 1-on-1.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm saying 1v1.
Yeah, you don't need 99 fucking
no, I'm
helpers.
saying 1v1.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm worried about besides their ridiculous power
Yeah.
is their teeth.
Yeah, okay. Wait, so the one thing, so you're worried about two things, the teeth and the power.
I'm wary of the power.
Sure.
I'm not happy with the teeth.
But you back your like head movement and stuff.
Yeah, I also heard this thing. I'm not sure if it's legit, but every chance it was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Is that if you, and now I'm gonna say it out loud. It sounds stupid.
No, go on.
If you sort of like offer conflict back to the gorilla, they don't know how to process that. But now that I'm saying that sounds dumb because like if you're going at it, surely they're just gonna pound you. Pause.
Yeah. And also gorillas like fight each other.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But no, like with a different species.
Oh.
Oh, but we're saying, I guess, yeah.
They're going, what is this different species
Yeah,
that's
they're like,
offering
what's happening here?
conflict?
Like normally they're like passive and they just don't want any of the smoke.
Yeah, okay.
Now you give them some smoke,
Yeah.
they can't process.
Kind of like with sharks. Are sharks similar to that?
I don't know about sharks, bro. Potentially.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right, maybe. But I've like Marlon said, I've seen gorillas fight each other. So
Like us, right? Like we'd fight. We could screw up and fight.
yeah.
And that's normal.
Yes.
Now a gorilla
Yeah.
gives us back some like pushback. You're like, oh,
I don't know
about that.
I don't know
John's it's all good.
We're comfortable fighting.
Like we destroy each other.
yeah.
But that's equal.
Yeah.
Gorilla.
And so you're thinking he feels the same way
Yeah, you
about
flip the script.
when we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be, bro.
So that theory might make sense.
yeah.
They just they can't process it.
got it.
They're used to fighting each other and it looks like ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they get a bit of the smoke. They're like, whoa.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Purely just off the fact that they can't process it.
Yeah.
Physically, they can
Of
do the
course.
same, but they don't know that.
Yeah. Exactly. I think he's got a point here.
Yeah, I feel like once a gorilla starts feeling a bit of the heat, you just got to rip your limbs apart.
Like you just punch the gorilla, he's like, oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Can I genuinely ask you guys on what side of this argument you're on?
As in who's winning, the 100 men or gorilla?
Yeah.
I reckon I'm taking the 100 men.
Me too, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the 100 men, but also like,
But I don't think it's an easy fight.
yeah.
Yeah. Also
think it's
depends on,
sweep.
depends on the type of men, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My thing is, yeah, it doesn't even need to go to 100 men. You can have like 5 of a particular man,
Okay.
or 10 of a particular man.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
if you're-
Marty's used to like 10s and 20, like, you know, being in rooms with 10 and 20 men, you know what I mean?
100%.
So just,
get it out fast, bro. Get it out, you know? Just get it out. You got something to say? Just get it out, bro. Just get it out, you know? If you're gonna start out, just shut up.
I've been trying to tee that up for ages too.
So before that, what was my point?
If you've got the right
100
man.
accountants,
Yeah.
they're all dying.
Yeah. 100 accountants are dying.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all relative.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it has to go to 100 men if you get the right 100.
Got it.
But we're not going to break that down right now.
Yeah. Okay. How are we feeling?
Miles,
Well,
you're
I-
severely over time.
Yeah, so I need to go.
Okay, let's get Marlon out of here. Hey team, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. You boys got anything for the audience before we wrap it up?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for support
Yeah,
at any of your capacity. Thanks for the feedback.
we love the feedback. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.